What's good, y'all? This your boy Jay, and today we are starting um, this podcast. So this is the first episode. You know what I mean? The first episode is just me right now. You know, we might have other ones that will come with other people, but for now it's just us. You know what I mean? And we're gonna get to know each other and vibe out a little bit. So first and foremost, I want to tell you a little bit about myself. You know, I live in Brooklyn, New York, Brownsville exactly. And right now, we're going through a nor'easter right now. It's very, very windy outside. You know, it's a lot of snow all over the place, all on top of cars, all over the street. Me personally, I didn't think this was gonna actually go down, because I feel like in New York City, we rarely get any snow like how we used to back in the days. Back in the days, we got a lot of snow, you know, you had to shovel your way out the house. And nowadays, you might get a little snow. It'll just stick around for a little bit, and then it'll disappear. So it looks like things have changed a lot. At least that's how I see it. It's not how it was back then. And I guess, on this nice snowy day, I'm a person that likes snow. So on this nice snowy day, I guess, you could just take this time, to be in the house with your loved ones, make yourself a heavy ass meal to keep you, comfortable, watch some TV or listen to this podcast, whichever one you prefer, or some music, whatever is your vibe, you know what I mean? And after that, you know what I mean, you just ride it out, you know what I mean? Me personally, what I like to do is I like to eat like ribs and like some mac and cheese. So I'll probably go like to the butcher later. I'm gonna walk my ass over there, go to the butcher later and see if I could probably, get me a slab of ribs and then maybe, you know what I mean, um, bake it, you know what I mean? I don't know. I'm gonna figure it out. I'm gonna YouTube it or whatever, see how I can make these ribs and maybe get some mac and cheese, you know what I mean, and just vibe out, you know what I mean? Maybe get some tequila or some cognac and just make the best of this day. Because when it comes to snowstorms, those are my things, and that's one of the things I loved about New York. You know what I mean? When you had a snowstorm and it was all good, but you know what I mean. That was like in the '90s. Now they don't really be doing that no more. You don't really hear a lot about snowstorms like that. Maybe once or twice a year, and that's kind of whack for me. I remember, waking up as a kid and like going out and like seeing all the snow, making snow angels, and what I mean, going through the snow to get to school and all of that, having fun. Nowadays, those things don't happen anymore. Now it's just all different. So I don't know. I'm gonna make the best. It's a Saturday over here. You know what I mean, and it's just gotta make the best of it. I'm gonna try to play some music. You know what I mean. I'm just gonna try to do whatever I can. You know what I'm saying. So that's what I got in regards to the snow. Now let's move on to other things. Other things that's going on out here in this world. I know we still going through this pandemic. People out here talking about all these different strains, all these different kind of COVID strains that's out here, and that's cool and all. But to me, it's like now y'all ODing, now y'all doing too much. Y'all got like 5, 10 different strains out here, and to be honest, you know, I don't feel like they're really doing the damage that the first one did. You know what I mean? I feel like these strains are just like dying out. You had like the first one, that one was like the lit one. Like the first one, that's the one that you have to look out for because that one was taking out people, man. Like they didn't know what to do with the bodies. Like they were just lining them up inside the U-Haul trucks, and like they ain't know family couldn't see the bodies, when your family member went to the hospital, like you weren't allowed to go in there. You know what I mean? That's crazy. I would be tight if I couldn't go in there and see a family member, you know? So I feel like the first one was a crazy one. You know, people got buried like in pine boxes. They took them up to like Hart Island. That's where like they bury like all the Jane Does and John Does, and they throw like stuff in over there that like New York don't want anymore, don't need anymore. Like I heard like chairs from like Ebbsfield is over there, like all type of stuff is over there. You know what I mean? So imagine them taking your loved one and then just like sending them over there and burying them like in piles, and then coming back months later and telling you can go now and pick up your loved one and like give them a proper burial. At that point, I'm not doing that. The damage is done already. You know, the loved one is in the ground already. Why go over there and like try to interrupt them? You know what I'm saying? It's too much. It's a little messy. It's not like you won't be able to see the body. You know what I mean? I guess you could just probably like ask, yo, let me get, you know, my family member. I'm pretty sure they go by numbers because there was so many people dying at that time. And, you know, they probably just do it that way by numbers. You know, you go ask, this is Jane Doe, you know, your aunt, number 1, 2, 3, 8, 9, whatever number they gave her. And I guess they went and they scooped her up and then they gave it to you, and then, you know, you paid like 10 bands or whatever for a proper burial. At this point, man, I can't see her. You know what I mean? She's probably all decomposed. The Rona done, you know, did some next-ish. So I don't know. I think it's best to just let the person rest. But yeah, it was a horrible time with that the first COVID. You know what I mean? Not to mention that I caught the Rona too. Like, yo, when I caught that Rona, man, it was crazy. Cause at first I was like in the crib, right? And I'm in the crib and I'm just chilling or whatever. And I start to get like a body pain. So I'm like, damn, I must have slept bad in the bed. You know what I mean? I'm thinking I must have slept bad. Like, this is crazy. So I'm like ignoring it. Like, all right, whatever. It's just a little body pain or whatever the case may be. And at nighttime, it was time to go to bed. And I'm in the room and I'm like, yo, why is it so hot in here? You know what I'm saying? So what I did is I took it upon myself and I um, opened the window. I cracked the window. It was like March or something like that. So I cracked the window, you know, and I cracked the window and I slept with it like that. I cracked it all the way up. It was mad break outside. I ain't give a fuck. I was just like, it's too hot in here. Not knowing that I'm the one that got a fever. You know what I mean? So I'm like, damn, this is crazy. So I'm in the room. I got the window open, the wind blasting. You know what I mean? I might as well have been sleeping outside because I had that window wide open. And that fever, ooh, I didn't even know it was a fever at that time, but my body was cooking. I was like, nah, man, I slept butt naked, yo. I ain't gonna hold you. Like, I just was like, nah, I gotta take my clothes off. I was butt ass naked in the bed, no sheets on or nothing. And so I'm like, nah, this is unusual because I never had like that. I never felt that way before. So then, the next day, I woke up, the fever went down. Now I'm in motion again. I'm moving around or whatever. You know what I mean? I got the TV on. I'm looking at CNN, and all they're talking about is how many bodies died today and all of that. They're talking about this corona, and you know what I mean? That's kind of depressing. You know what I mean? When you turn the TV on and all you're seeing is like Rona everywhere. Yeah, I could change the channel and, you know what I mean, go on to something else. But you also want to know what's going on. You want to be aware of what's happening. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just like, damn, this are people going out, man. They had like numbers up there, like 600 people died today, 1,400 infected. Like, it was just crazy, you know what I'm saying? So here I am not thinking nothing about it, bang, bang, bang. And then I go to sleep again and I catch another flu, like another fever, I'm bugging. So now I'm like, yo, man, this is crazy. The next thing I know, I just start coughing or whatever. So now I'm coughing and shit. And like the first 2 days of coughing, I'm like, all right, it's gonna go away soon. But man, that did not happen. So what ended up happening was I kept coughing and coughing and coughing. And as I'm coughing, all these, like, the days keep going on, it started to snow. I don't remember exactly what day it was. But you know how I'm talking about how I like the snow. So I went out, I bought a rack of ribs and all of that, some mac and cheese. I made it, and I'm like eating the joint. I know I seasoned it. I seasoned this meat. Like I remember. Tell me why when I start eating the ribs, I can't taste anything. So I'm like, damn, I must have did a bad job. I could have sworn I put some salt, pepper, my little secret recipe in there. I ain't gonna share with y'all yet. But you know what I mean? I'm like, damn, this food is not tasting right, yo. It's supposed to taste like I usually taste, you know what I mean? Nice and with that Cajun flavor that I like. Anyways, I didn't know it was a symptom of no taste and no smell. Cause then I couldn't even smell shit. So I'm walking around here trying to smell the crib, and to me, honestly, everything smelled like a brick, like a cement or some shit. And I was like, what the hell is this? Like, whatever. I ignored it. Anyways, I'm coughing. Bottom line is, like, a week later, I'm still coughing and shit, and now my lungs are sore. Like, I done coughed so much that I guess my lungs was straining against my rib cage or whatever. But it was just so sore. So I'm like, damn, I think I got the Rona. I think I got COVID right now. So I'm like, oh shit. So I told the missus, yo, I need to go to the hospital. I think I got the Rona. So first thing I did was I called my primary physician, and I'm like, yo, I think I got Rona. And I couldn't talk no more because like I was just like coughing. So I gave it to the missus, and she's like telling them everything, and they're like, oh, stay in the house, or if it's that bad, go to the hospital. So I'm like, all right, I want to go to the hospital. This is crazy. So we get ready or whatever. It's brick ass outside. It's mad brick. And ain't no cars on the road. Everybody's in the crib. You know what I mean? So it's like I feel like a presidential drive. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nobody, no traffic, no nothing. It's just a smooth sail. You know what I'm saying? So I come or whatever, and we get to the hospital. So they got all these tents out there where I guess they was doing like checking people for like COVID or whatever. We went to Kings County Hospital. So luckily we found parking, which was clutch. Parking was right where we needed it to be, right across the hospital, corner pocket parking. It was smooth. So we get out the V or whatever, and I'm like, damn, they might tell me to go in the crib in the hospital by myself. So I'm like, all right, if anything, you know what I mean, I'll keep you informed. Yo, when I get to the front of the door, and they got a sign that says if you can still breathe on your own, like go home and like quarantine or whatever. That's how packed the hospital was. Go home and quarantine. So in my mind, I'm like, damn, go home and quarantine. Like, the COVID ain't no joke. You know what I'm saying? Because usually when you got a cold or something, you can go like to your doctor, and he'll probably give you some like Robitussin or he'll prescribe some kind of cough syrup. You take it for like 3 or 4 days. You start to feel better. You know what I mean? But with the COVID, you don't know what this shit is. You know what I'm saying? So now you in the crib, you on your own. Nobody's prescribing anything to you, no doctor. So now you're out here trying to figure all this shit out on your own. Like, that's the worst. You like basically in the unknown. You know what I'm saying? And then you got all your family members calling you, talking about take ginger with baking soda, all type of different remedies. Some of this stuff sounds suspect. You know what I mean? And then everybody's saying like, yeah, that work. You know what I mean? Like I heard mad different things like ginger and lemon I could do, man. But then I started to hear boil water and throw some baking soda in there. Like what the hell? Are we cooking work or like making like a remedy? Like all we needed was the crack in there and shit. Anyways, so I'm like, all right, whatever. We're gonna try some of these remedies or whatever. And the ginger tea worked. You know what I mean? It soothed me down a little bit. What else worked? The lemon and honey. That's a good one. That's one of my favorites too, because I've been taking that since I was like a child or whatever. So to me, that's always been like a favorite of mine. You know what I mean? You take 1 teaspoon or whatever, 2 teaspoons if you want to be greedy, and like it'll ease you up or whatever. You know what I'm saying? So I used to just eat that shit like it was candy or whatever. It's like it's lemon and honey. Yeah, lemon and honey. Then you have some other ones in there, man. Like and I was down to try whatever because at this point, you know what I mean. I'm on my own here, you know. I'm flying blind over here, so I just wanted to get better, you know. But the teas helped. Like I don't think it really mattered what kind of tea it was. I think if it had some ginger in it, it kind of helped relax you a little bit. And I personally was taking NyQuil every night because it would calm me down and make me sleep well. So yeah, to me the NyQuil was good. You know what I mean? But when I wake up in the morning again, I would then start to like feel, this kind of feeling. You know what I'm saying? But anyways, I had the Rona for like a month, I would say. You know what I mean? I started taking some elderberry and little remedies here and there, and it was cool because it helped. You know what I mean? It helped. And then one of my friends, he had a job interview or whatever, and he was like, "Yo, I need your help with something." You know what I'm saying? And he was like, I was like, "What happened?" He was like, I'm trying to take a drug test, so I want to know if you could like hold me down or whatever." So I was like, "Yeah, I got you." So I held him down or whatever the case may be. And then he hit me up like 2 weeks later, and he's like, "Yo, you need to go see the doctor because you got blood in your urine and shit like that." And I'm like, "Word." At this point, I was already cured from the Rona, so I'm good. I ain't going to see no doctor. You know what I mean? But it's crazy that I had blood in my urine and didn't even know it. You know what I'm saying? So to me, that was kind of like a interesting experience. You know what I'm saying? And then after that, I was back on normal. You know what I mean? I got back to my regular vibe. You know what I mean? I just started moving how I was always moving. People was like saying, "You wildin', you just recovered from COVID." I know it was COVID, but I didn't have no test at that time because this is like the first one. You know what I'm saying? So I already knew it was COVID because once the new symptoms started coming out, I had already had them shits. So I already knew what it was. You know what I'm saying? So I ain't take no test to find out if I had COVID. I already knew what it was off the rip. You know what I'm saying? Because I ain't never feel that way in my life. After that, man, it was a wrap, man. I was outside turning up. I ain't care no more. I was like, I already had it. Once you had it once, you don't have to worry about getting it again, right? So this is the crazy part, because it started to get sunny outside, and once it starts to get sunny, I'm still got the TV on CNN. You know what I mean? I want to see what's going on out there. So I took a shower, everything. I'm getting ready, and I'm looking at the news, and they're like, "Oh, if you had COVID once, doesn't mean you can't catch it again." I'm like, "Oh man, this is crazy." So you telling me you could catch Rona twice, 3 times? I was like, if I catch it again, man, at this point it ain't gonna be as bad as the first time I caught it. You know what I mean? So yeah, I was just moving regular. You know what I mean? I was out here, man, turning up Brooklyn style. You know what I'm saying? Making my moves, how I move, whatever. You know what I mean? Then they came out with this vaccine situation and all of that, and I'm like, that's a whole nother topic we gotta talk about. But you know, I don't feel like I caught the. I probably did, but it wasn't like severe because I already had it. But I don't feel like, you know what I'm saying, like it was that bad. You know what I'm saying? I don't remember. Honestly, I didn't feel no symptoms after that one time I caught it. After that, I don't think I ever caught it again. And if I did, it probably was something light. You know what I mean? Maybe a little cold here and there. You know what I mean? But that vaccine shit wasn't necessary. At least I believe, because I was out here. You know what I mean? Everywhere, and I'm pretty sure I bumped into some people that had the Ronies. You know what I'm saying? But I wasn't paying it that much mind. You know what I mean? I was just like, whatever. I already had it once, and that's how I always looked at colds and flus and all of that. Whenever I had it once or whatever, I ain't never really care about it if I caught it again, because I feel like my body knows what the vibe is already, and you know what I mean. It's gonna fight this shit off. So that's what that whole situation was with the COVID situation. You know what I mean? Now I just feel like they moving goofy out here. They want people to get vaccinated. You know what I mean? You can't go here, go there. That's bullshit, yo. I be going to, wherever I want to go, I be going. I barely be showing that shit. You know what I mean? Because Shit is whack. You know what I mean? You out here trying to stop people from doing whatever they want to do because you want people to get vaccinated. Man, they need to do something about this, man. I don't want it to be 10 years from now and like I'm turning on the TV and they're like, "Did you take the COVID vaccine in 2001, 2002? If so, please call us at 1-800 Wakeman and Simpsons or some shit. Whatever law companies out there looking to come up off of people's pain and suffering. You know what I'm saying? Who knows? I'm just saying. This shit is crazy. But yeah, they need to do something about that shit because you can't just be out here forcing people, especially messing with people's bag. You know what I mean? That's how they got a lot of people, man. Messing with people's bags. You know what I mean? Because, yo, ain't nobody, everybody trying to secure the bag, and you out here telling people they can't secure the bag if they don't get a stab. That shit is crazy. Like, you know what I mean? People out here trying to secure the bag and they gotta get stabbed in order to secure it. That's some messed up shit. Ah, boy. So much shit to talk about, man. You know what I mean? We could go back to like 2020 when this shit started. Then we had 2021, and then you know we in 2022 right now. Like it's just so much shit I've seen, man. You know what I mean? And we got a lot of catching up to do. Like seriously, you know what I'm saying? So I don't know, man. It's just this whole pandemic thing is crazy, and now so many different shit that's happened. You know what I mean? They trying to figure out how to make money off like digital art and shit like that. I'm with it. You know what I mean? If I'm getting a piece of the pie, you know what I mean? To me, it's like a scam. That's how I look at it. I feel like it's a quick money scam. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't know who these niggas out here spending 20 bands on an ape or something. You know what I mean? Like where these people live that they out here. I mean, I feel like they donating this bread. Like you're here paying $20,000 for some art that somebody made. Listen, I ain't knocking that, you know what I mean? I'm trying to get a piece of that pie too. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, I need to get into that. But at the end of the day, it looks a little sus to me. Looks a little goofy to me. You know what I'm saying? I don't know, man. It's just so much shit, man. But yeah, like so many different topics. You know what I'm saying? Then we could bring it up. We could bring it up to now, whatever. We got a lot of catching up to do, man. And yeah, we're definitely gonna do that, And I just wanted to give y'all this introduction. You know what I'm saying? Let y'all know what the vibe is. I'm gonna be your source of information, and we can, you know what I mean, get to know each other more. You know what I'm saying? And you know what I mean? If y'all want to support, y'all, tell a friend to tell a friend. You know what I mean? And whatever. You know what I'm saying? Let's get some sponsorships. Let's get some. You know what I mean? Some donations. You know what I mean? To have special guests on here. You know what I mean? Or we gotta. Sometimes you gotta break some people off some of that bread so they could come on the show and give us their experience or whatever. But in the meantime, you know what I mean? I got a whole lot of experiences that we can discuss and like go over. So you guys will definitely not be on board. You know what I'm saying? We will definitely be talking about some shit, and we'll just be talking about it. You know what I mean? If y'all guys got anything y'all want to discuss, put it in the comment section, or you know what I mean, send a message on IG. You know what I mean? All the information will be included as time goes on. You know what I'm saying? But for now, we're just gonna, take it one step at a time. So let's do that. It's your boy, Fast Life J, and I'm out. Peace.